What's up guys, it's Josh, welcome back to my account. So before we jump into today's video, I wanted to go over two quick announcements with you guys. First one is as soon as this video is posted, check the time and the date down at the bottom. When this video is posted, I will be posting a question and answer story on my Instagram. So if you are not already following my Instagram at Josh Welchert, head over there, pause the video real quick, go follow, check out my story. If it's not already on there or still not on there after the 24-hour time frame, send me a direct message. Type in a question, I'll add it to the list. Once I've gathered enough questions from you guys and enough to make a video, I'm gonna be posting a question and answer video on my YouTube. The second announcement that I have to make, I'm super excited about it. I am teaming up with my good friend Blumaan to give one lucky subscriber a Christmas present from Blumaan and I to you. Now to touch a little bit more on this, you'll be able to go onto the website, pick 3 items that you want, and I will have them shipped directly to you, and you'll have some Blumaan products for free. Now there are rules to this giveaway. Of course, Josh, you always have to have rules. You have to be subscribed to my YouTube channel and to Blumaan's YouTube channel. Further than that, just have to make sure that you're following myself on Instagram and Blumaan on Instagram. All right guys, now to get into today's video, which is slightly different than my regular videos on reviews or fashion, fitness, whatever it may be. This is a little bit more in-depth on me, my life, and where I've been the last 2 to 3 years. Now, as a lot of you know, I used to live in Hollywood. That was my home for about 2 years, and it was great. I want to talk to you guys about what it was like moving there, what it was like working and living there, and why I came back. So about a year after I graduated college, me and my best friend Jack moved out to California together in the Hollywood area. We packed our bags, we booked an Airbnb, we had no job, we had no car, we didn't have anything. We just moved. We gave ourselves a month to live there and to find a job, find something that's going to sustain us to be able to live out there, because it is expensive. Literally, and I'm not even kidding you guys, literally the weekend we moved there, we got hired. We went to LA Fitness on Hollywood Boulevard, walked in with our resumes, little excited kids that just graduated college, and we get hired as the assistant personal training directors of that club. Okay, we sat down with people and we worked them out, and we got to meet tons of people, and that is actually where I met Blumaan. I met Joe and his wife Dinty at LA Fitness when they walked in. They just moved into Hollywood as well, and I toured him around the gym. We talked about what he does, YouTube. I was like, oh, that's so cool. I knew nothing about YouTube at the time, and then eventually we started training together. So I was his personal trainer for about a year, and that's where we really started to develop our friendship. Probably the biggest takeaway from Hollywood and living in that area was the people you got to meet, the friendships you got to make. Now Jack and myself, we were living it up right when we first moved there. We were going to modeling auditions, Wilhelmina, LA Models, Ford, you name it. We were going for open calls, open auditions. We got pretty close to a few. Nothing ever worked out, and our problem was we kind of just gave up on that scene. In retrospect, it's not a bad thing, because modeling really wasn't what we wanted to do. Jack moved out there for acting, and I moved out there more so for the music side of the industry. About 6 months into being in LA, I landed an internship with Cinematic Music, which is a label based out in New York. I was just working for the LA operations. I would assist here and there. I would set up, whatever it is for the studio, make sure things are ready. About a month after I was the intern, I got moved up to the studio manager, which was it was a blessing. I got to work with tons of artists. My job was dealing with any artist flying in from another state to LA. I would make sure that they had housing, studio time, engineers for their studio times. It was just like, it was one of those jobs where you're like, am I really doing this? Like, is this really my job title? One of the absolute coolest things from that job is I got to work with artists that would come into the studio. So usually I would sit down and I would write guitar parts for them, or ad-libs over the songs using a guitar, whatever instrument they needed. Definitely the coolest artist I got to work with was an up-and-coming artist. His name was Lakel. I wrote the guitar part for his song 2 Rounds, which was so cool to work in the studio with him and 11, awesome producer. And once the album released, there was tons of posts about it, and there was one where it was on a billboard in New York, and it was like the coolest thing ever that I was a part of that album. And then eventually Cinematic moved a different direction, and we just kind of parted ways. And that's where things really started to kind of change for me. Living in Hollywood was all about the music, and then I realized when the music, when my career kind of faded away, I had nothing internally. I really started to deal with depression and anxiety. I was just sad all the time. There was nothing. Living in LA, you're like, dude, that should be the coolest time of your life. And it was. And then I just realized I spent so much time and effort in what I did and not who I was. And that's where things really started to kind of go downhill for me. Relationally, I was struggling. Career-wise, I was struggling. Motivation was struggling. All of it just kind of fell. And that's where I wanted to talk about this, is why I left Hollywood. I left Hollywood because, like a lot of people do, and I'm not ashamed of it, a lot of people do, is they get caught up in what they do and forget about who they are. Like I said, LA was so fun. I got to meet people like Blumaan, Alex Costa, Brett Maverick. You name it, and I got to meet them. And it was eye-opening because I didn't go to LA thinking I was going to become a YouTuber. Doing it now, it's something that I'm passionate about, and I get to do it, whenever I want. I spend that time away from Hollywood, and I realized I don't want to go back. Though I miss it, my friends there, I want to go visit, absolutely, but living there is different. Being back, I gotta write my music, I gotta work on YouTube videos. I'm happy. Now there's some things in my life that I need to work on and to change and to grow in, but I have to tell you that I think one of the biggest keys to being happy, to moving forward in life, is doing exactly that, progressing. Guys, if you're progressing, you're moving forward, you're bettering yourself, not just externally, which is what, I like talking about, but also working on it internally. I can get on here, I can make videos on the top 10 things guys say to girls that ruins their chances, or 5 texting mistakes you're making, which is why you can't pull. I can make those videos, and I will make those videos, but I want to do something for you guys. And I was thinking about what kind of videos I want to make, and I want to make videos on external lifestyle, on fashion, on hair, on skin, on working out, but I also want to make internal videos for you guys of struggles that I've went through, that I've had to overcome, and how I overcame them, as well as videos that I'm going through stuff right now that I want to vent it out to you guys and help you guys with, because everybody goes through these things. I don't want to just act like it's just me. I don't want to keep that knowledge of internal things that help me, my heart and my mind. My men's lifestyle is going to go far beyond just the external, but I want to work on the internal as well. And I felt like I needed to start with why I left Hollywood. The reason I left Hollywood is I was just depressed, and I was filled with anxiety, and I was just sad all the time because I put more time and effort into what I did and not who I was. So I want to give you a combination of both, what you do, but also who you are. So I'm excited to kind of start this new journey with you guys for this upcoming year and the years to follow, because life is an unending journey of ups and downs. And so we're going to go through them together, and I'm going to help you guys with them. And yes, we're still going to be posting about fashion and hair and all that kind of stuff, because I love that stuff and it's important. I hope this video is insightful and kind of gets you excited to see upcoming videos of what I talk about with my life and where I'm at, as well as men's lifestyle. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please, as always, like, share, subscribe, drop some comments down below, and I will see you guys next time.